are you?
I'm good.
Good. So thank you for coming. Thank you for being here today. I know this will only take maybe a couple minutes. It shouldn't take too long, but we really just wanted to kind of sit and kind of review kind of how things have been going for you since we last spoke to each other. So that's kind of like the whole purpose of our little mini session here. So I know last time we had kind of gone over a couple of planned activities that you wanted to kind of work out at home and kind of do with your 5-year-old Layla. And so I would love to hear how it went for you, and just how did that feel for you too?
Okay, awesome. So I came up with 2 different planned activity routines. So I did one for the grocery store because that's a high-risk situation for us, but also going to dinner at a restaurant. I haven't done, we haven't been able to practice going to dinner at the restaurant, but we have for the grocery store. So the high-risk situation was 5-year-old daughter Layla going to a grocery store for a good amount of period, right? Details for the practice session. So we ended up going to H-E-B. To buy stuff for dinner and some snacks, and it was just me and her who went. So what I did is to plan and kind of prepare for it before going to the store, like a while earlier. I discussed with her like the rules, but also I discussed what we were going to the store and kind of like what I had was expecting from her. And then when we got there, before going into the store, I went over the rules again. I also plan to have her help me with the items, so like trying to pick and choose which ones are the ones that we get. I brought with me some snacks and some toys for her because she always has to be fidgeting with something. And then I also decided to go after nap time, so she wouldn't be like extremely tired, and she would be
cranky. Yeah, she would be good.
Yes.
Perfect.
The rules that I decided to have for her was to stay in the shopping cart, because I do have a hard time with her when she's outside. Using her inside voice. She tends to scream during the grocery shopping, and we get a lot of stares and attention, and that keeps it going. And then keeping our hands and feet to ourselves. Whether that's like taking stuff off of a shelf or something like that. Some of the interesting activities that I plan to as well is play I spy, to help her find items. So if I were to ask if we were looking for like beans, I would say I spy some beans that they look like this, and she would help me kind of pick and choose which ones they were. Perfect. I also had her hold a shopping list, and we also talked a lot about like colors, shapes, and sizes. Because she loves to talk.
Perfect.
Some of the rewards that we got that I had for her was praise, backup reward of either a treat or activity after, or stickers for every aisle. And then for consequences, we did clear, calm instructions to stop behavior and what to do instead, quiet time, and no reward. So when I actually put this into effect, there was a lot of successes and a lot of not so much successes.
Yeah, you want to tell me a little, what did that feel for you? Like those 2 things you did great. What were those things?
Okay, so 2 things I did great was, I guess, giving her immediate consequences. So I was kind of fast about it. The other thing I did great was whenever I did see a behavior I didn't like, I didn't go through with the reward and not spoiling that. I think those are 2 things that I did good. One thing I think I need to work on more is staying calm and giving that calm and clear instruction.
Perfect. Well, I think overall, like all of your steps, you knocked every single one out. You did an excellent job going through, from the, starting, letting her take a nap and all of those things until, bringing her to the store and talking to her about what you were doing, and in the car, following the rules. All of those things were excellent. You're doing an awesome job. And again, it's a trial and error kind of thing. You go in there, you try it out, you see what works, and then you know, come back and then you try it again. And it's just gonna be, you're gonna start learning from that particular scenario and then implementing it whenever you know, try it again. So yeah, you did, I think overall you did an excellent job of going through those, you know, through those steps. And how did that feel different than other times when you've been to the store?
It did feel different. I think the fact that I was a lot more immediate with the consequence was really good for her, because she's like, oh, like this is coming. Although I did see her test some boundaries there, but I feel like that's normal. But it made me feel a lot more confident to be able to do that for next time. I feel like.
Perfect. Yeah, and testing those boundaries, that's what she's gonna do. She's like, Mom's trying. I can see Mom trying something different, and she'll try to, you know, push it a little bit and see what she can get out of, right? So that was great. I think, you know, I think maybe one thing I could point out is being more, praising her a little bit more, just, you know, being, you know, thank you so much for, you know, helping me find the beans, and just, you know, while you're playing the game or while you're doing something, thank you so much for holding the grocery list, or, you know, little things like that, you know, they make, you know, it helps her feel like, oh, I'm doing something right. So that's great. So I feel like, you know, overall, like, you know, what we've talked about really helps not only you, but myself, to kind of how I can better support you and, you know, doing your next attempt. And which, by the way, is this something that you're willing to try again, or?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do want to keep practicing this until I kind of feel more comfortable being able to do them, to see that it actually works.
Perfect. So what's maybe like one goal that you would have a little bit different going into this time?
Going into this one, I think maybe going in, kind of focusing a lot more on the praise, because that is something that I tend to struggle with, and I find that this first time I focus on other aspects of it, and so I think there was like praise, the one that I kind of left out a little bit. So focusing more on that.
Well, that would be definitely, you know, another thing that you can have a goal and kind of continue to work on. And so then your homework for next time would be just to, you know, try this again, and then including more of that praise and all of that. How does that feel?
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, would this time next week feel good for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Two things I think I did well is just checking in with Mom to see how, you know, she was feeling throughout, and kind of going with Mom through her steps. The things I could have done better, I think, is just acknowledging her more, just giving her more of that empowerment to continue to do it over again. But yeah, role play over.